Hi, I'm Anya, and one of the modules I studied this year was Design for Change.
Hi, my name is Abiba and I'm going to be talking about Design for Change.
Hi, my name is Anna and I'm going to be talking about Design for Change. Design for Change is quite dependent on the ethics of designing and how us as designers can apply our work and our creations to try and make actual changes in the world. I chose to make mine around the Uyghur Muslim forced labour crisis going on in China, and my project is called Behind Barcodes because it centres around an app which would let you scan a barcode on an item to let you know whether or not it was created with the company profiting from forced Uyghur labour. The design process, we actually did a lot more research rather than designing to begin with, because we had to do a lot of looking into the ethics of design, especially within the charity sector. My designs were all of the posters and billboards advertising the app. The reason I did this was to demonstrate visually, communicate visually that the cost of this clothing, to you it's just you pay for it at the shops, but to them they're being forced into it, so it's kind of wanting to humanise the statistic and put out the names of the people who are actually affected by the crisis. I wanted to bring more light to the actual people affected.
For me, I looked into forced marriages in Muslim communities. I had to really research into the issue of forced marriage and also who my audience was, how I could create a successful campaign. I did a social media campaign which was supposed to be, I think, more an educational page, and I also hosted a competition. I had promotional billboards that would have been in largely populated Muslim cities. I sort of took elements from Islamic design. I took these elements and I put them into my design, but made it more contemporary so that the younger audience could actually relate to it and would actually be interested in it.
My project was centred around sustainable fashion, so I created a social media campaign encouraging 18 to 30-year-olds to shop more sustainably. My final outcome was a series of social media posts for Instagram. The sort of visual style I used was quite bold and graphic, with lots of collaging different styles together, which was a result of my initial research, which suggested that was quite trendy and popular with my target audience at the moment. I just found it quite a unique process compared to the other modules I studied. I was surprised at the amount of considerations that you have to make when you're designing for a project like that.
This project meant a lot to me because I was able to look at a social issue that is quite massive in my community. I think made the project more interesting and just more special to me because it's something that I could relate to.
The most important thing I learned about Design for Change was that we as designers have a lot of influence over our audience, and it made me realise you really need to think about what you're saying through your designs, and makes me think more about the impact I want to have on the world through my designs.